You need to start thinking with logic and not perception. CNN is the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen in my damn life. I never seen when news actually speak their own fucking goddamn mind rather than actually speaking to us what the facts are. The facts are we have a U.S. Constitution and we have a governor, we have a Congress and a Senate that's just saying fuck the rights, fuck big people rights. We're gonna just do what we need to do.
I met a lot of fired up people at the Virginia gun rally, and this guy is one of them. You guys sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey man.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I got a YouTube channel, High Impact Vlogs. You want to make it across? Are you trying to go across the street?
Sure.
I was wondering if you do an interview real quick.
Sure.
Because I was listening to your vlog there. Are you live right now?
Yes, I'm live.
Oh, okay. What's your channel?
Right now, I don't have a channel right now. I'm about to start it up, sir.
Okay. Where you is it
I'm
Facebook?
okay in Maryland.
Where you gonna upload?
Facebook Live or what?
This will be Facebook, YouTube. It's gonna be all over the game.
Okay. I was gonna ask you what you thought about red flag laws.
Red flag laws are directly unconstitutional.
Okay. How so?
Basically making me guilty before proving being guilty. You gonna send armed bandits to my goddamn house to take my damn firearms? Excuse my language, today, people, if you watch this channel, this is your day to fucking speak your mind, plain and simple. I mean, I decided not to go to work today to come up, make sure I make it up here to basically protect our own rights, plain and simple.
Yeah.
People, please understand, having a gun is a legal right. You must not rely on the police to protect you.
It's actually beyond a legal right. It's a natural right, right?
Exactly.
Legality, to hell with legality, right?
Exactly. It's in the U.S. Constitution. People need to understand the U.S. Constitution is for the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first damn words is we the people, for G's sake. Why do people have the stipulation that the Constitution says it limits certain guns you can have? That's not true.
Shall not be infringed, right?
It shall not be infringed. We need the Constitution. We need the Second Amendment to put down a tyrannical government. When a government gets out of hand. And right now, I think this is the perfect example in recent memory. This is a government that literally is out of control, passing laws that directly unconstitutional.
So what do you think?
Simple.
What do you think should happen to the politicians who try to enact, for example, red flag laws?
Oh, these motherfuckers need to be lynched. I think they should be put down. They need to at least lose their job. You cannot put laws into effect that take away our rights. That take away our rights. That's the only way. As a people, that's our only way to protect ourselves. If we cannot have a firearm, what the hell do we do? Call the police and behind the damn closet when Rambo wants to come in your house? I don't think that's going to work, people. You need to start thinking with logic and not perception. CNN is the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen in my damn life. I never seen when news actually speak their own fucking goddamn mind rather than actually speaking to us what the facts are. The facts are we have a U.S. Constitution and we have a governor, we have a Congress and a Senate that's just saying fuck the rights, fuck big people rights. We're gonna just do what we need to do.
Well, let me ask you a tough question then. We know Nazi Pelosi and Dianne Frankenstein want to enact red flag laws, right?
Right.
But what's the difference between them and Ralph Northam wanting to enact red flag laws and Donald Trump wanting to enact them as well? He's wanting to blanket a federal red flag law. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think no red flag law should be in effect, plain and simple. Because we've seen already that red flag laws have been used and taken advantage of, plain and simple. They've been taken advantage of, and people use them to basically get back at their boyfriends or their girlfriends or former employers that got fired. You got a little bridge together, you know you have to have a gun. Red flag laws are bullshit.
Yeah, it's pre-crime nonsense, right?
Exactly. In fact, they can use that as a tactic to get around them. They can use that as a tactic to get around them. Or what's by calling the police saying they feel like they got threatened to have a gun, they can easily just say, hey, look, police, I fear this man because he has a gun. Can you please come take his firearm? They will come to his house with a warrant or not a warrant and take their firearms.
Right.
And my
And then-
friend here, my acquaintance, and all of us been background checked. That's what they want. What are they afraid of?
Exactly.
We've been background checked. What are they afraid of?
And actually, a background check is an infringement on the Second Amendment. It says shall not be infringed. A background check is a hurdle to getting something that you have a natural right to have in the first
Exactly.
place.
It's just made to get a mass gun confiscation. That's all the fucking purpose is. We know this stuff, but a lot of people that watch CNN and NBC and all them damn on news stations, they are literally watching anti-gun, anti-American propaganda.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Yeah,
I mean, why do people vote against? Well, I will never get it. Why do people that immigrate into this country vote for the same policies that they leave for? It makes no sense. It's the reason why America is so unique from other countries. We got more power. We could be presidents in other countries with the rights we have, the things we could do. You know what I'm saying? That's why America is so revered as this country of freedom.
Well, thank you for taking a stand.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like all of a sudden being American is a terrorist now. I mean, what the heck, man? I've never seen such nonsense in my life. Are you kidding me? You know, so people, please, before you vote, put in that ballot, do some research, do some history checking on what the Democrats are doing and what the Republicans are doing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on being against anybody who's against the for red flag laws. But again, how can you support Trump because he supports red flag laws? He supports, for example, putting.
Trump is making America great again.
I know, but he wants to institute red flag laws, though.
Right now, when it comes to Donald Trump, Donald Trump is probably the closest American president that we have ever had. You know what I'm saying? He ain't perfect, but he is the best thing that's running right now.
But if you
because the people that's running against him, oh my God. It's either you're going to have a gun or you ain't going to have a gun at all.
Isn't that part of the left versus right paradigm lie where they're trying to shove you either into a Republican box or a Democrat box? Because we know Republicans also want gun laws. Red flag laws, extreme risk protection orders.
But they guys are nowhere near restrictive.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But should we compromise at all?
I don't think we should compromise at all.
Then how can you support Trump, who's for red flag laws?
Right now, he is the best thing we can get. Exactly.
Right, but you're still voting for evil. Is the bottom line, right? I mean, you got to admit, it's evil to enact a red flag law. And then you have civil asset forfeiture under Trump. You have a squashing of the First Amendment rights under that new anti-Semitic college campus bill that he's got. It's a complete trampling on the First, Second, and Fourth, and 10th Amendments, all in one president. So if you're against Dianne Feinstein, which I am, and Nazi Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, and all these rats, why wouldn't you be against Trump, who's enacting the exact same kind of laws?
The current Second Amendment rights that we do have, or whatsoever, like I said, you can use the Second Amendment to ban the government, to form a well-regulated militia, to put down tyrannical government. That's what we're going to have to do, and form a new government where we can all be free and have and own what we want to have to basically preserve those freedoms, plain and simple. So.
How do you have that when you got somebody out there wanting to do a federal, not just a state, but a federal red flag law? And the TAPS Act. Brian Babin and Dan Crenshaw want the Threat Assessment Protection and Safety Acts, which is the red flag laws on steroids. And Trump wants that, Dan Crenshaw wants that, Brian Babin wants that. Why would we be for Trump if he's for all that crap?
Well, because Trump, right now, like I said, he's the closest thing we probably want to get to an American president in a long time.
But he's anti-Second Amendment.
We have very, very strong background checks right now, but we have sort of missing areas and areas that don't complete the whole circle. We are very strong on our Second Amendment. The Democrats are not strong at all on the Second Amendment. I would say they're weak on the Second Amendment, and we have to be careful of that. The Democrats would, I think they'd give up the Second Amendment. And the people that a lot of the people that put me where I am are strong believers in the Second Amendment, and I am also.
That is why I have called for red flag laws, also known as extreme risk protection orders.
I asked them to ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds.
We're getting rid of the bump stocks.
I asked them to make background checks universal.
We're going to do strong background checks.
A policy that 90% of the public supports.
Frankly, we need intelligent background checks, okay? This isn't a question of NRA, Republican, or Democrat.
I asked them to make background checks universal.
We have tremendous support for really common sense, sensible, important background checks.
I asked them to make background checks universal. I asked them to create an extreme risk protective order.
That is why I have called for red flag laws, also known as extreme risk protection orders. We're going to work on getting the age up to 21 instead of 18. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
And all of a sudden, everything gets taken away. We're not going to let that happen.
So right now, see, the thing what's going on, the country is so divided on political views right now.
Yeah.
Trump is probably in the most unique position than any other previous president. You know, right now, we have a lot of people that think guns are pretty much the epitome of evil, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So when you have people like that, and there's a lot of people like that because they watch CNN, they are literally confused.
Yeah.
They are not.
That's why I call it the
educated on-
Communist News Network or the Counterfeit News Network.
You know,
yeah.
they think every AR-15 is a fully automatic weapon and stuff like that.
Right, assault rifle.
Exactly, the term assault rifle.
AR stands for assault
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
They are really screwed up, and then you have the people like us, conservatives. We're trying to preserve the country the best way we can. That's available to us. So if you ask why do I support Trump, or some people support Trump because it's the closest thing that we can get, and then we could get on grounds that we could start eliminating all these gun laws that are unconstitutional.
How does that start with federal red flag laws, though?
Well,
That's about as bad as you can get, because then you have no place to hide. You know what I mean?
well,
That's why I like what Missouri's doing, where they have this Second Amendment Protection Act, where no matter what the feds say, Missouri says, screw you. It's like the middle finger.
right. Like I said, let's pray that doesn't come into an effect, and we can preserve what conservative views and constitutional rights that we do have, and we can fight to continue to eliminate those going forward. And the people, I can't see myself voting right now for the left at all because they want to get rid of all of that stuff. They trying to turn this into utopia land, which never fucking exists. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. If you want to
You've heard,
freedoms,
you've heard of the left versus right paradigm lie, though, right? Because the people who are really in control, it's like Donald Trump is not in control of this country.
right?
It's the bankers who are in control of this country. They've been in control since the Federal Reserve came online in 1913. So it's not even an election process, it's a selection process. They stack the deck with everybody, and we know that Trump is actually stacking up mountains of national debt, higher than even Obama and Bush. Bush was dropping 24 bombs a day in his 8-year tenure. Obama did 34 bombs a day, and now Trump's doing 121 bombs for the military-industrial complex. So how can we possibly say Donald Trump is even better than Barack Obama?
Well,
He's increased the coffers of the military-industrial complex by 5.6% since he's been in office.
Well, see, because the ideas right now that Donald Trump has is to preserve American grounds. You know what I'm saying? Putting up a wall is the first part of a defense for national defense. Walls work. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. It's just everything you put around with them helps the wall prevent things from happening.
But
Like right now, which is illegal immigration, is one of those problems.
What good are walls when they're going to enact a federal red flag ban, red flag law?
Like I said, let's pray for that not to happen.
And when he was sitting next to Dianne Frankenstein, he said, I like take the guns first, due process second. No American president has ever said that, not even the tyrant Lincoln, you know. I like take the guns first, due process second is what he said to Mike Pence across the table while he's sitting next to Dianne Frankenstein. Remember that?
Right.
That's bad stuff, man. That's bad stuff.
It
All
is.
I'm trying to do is get you to think about it. Don't be
Oh, yeah.
involved in the left versus right paradigm, you know. It's all about freedom, not politics.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. What's your
All
name?
right. Antoine, what's your name of your
Antoine
channel?
Brian, High Impact Vlogs.
High Impact
Yep.
Vlogs.
Yep.